Death Throne Australia, Death Throne US, Canada, Death Throne UK, obviously. So God willing, we have that coming together, and we'll be doing that early February, and then we'll be going to South America for a second time, which is I'm pretty excited about.
I'm very excited about that.
Yeah, we were there like spring 2009. Fans there treat you like Backstreet Boys, and it's just like
every single
crazy
show,
shows.
going from the vehicle that you're in to the venue, there was a wall of security guards with their little earpieces in, just linking arms so you can get into the venue. People just screaming. They'll steal your hat right off your head. Like,
we did have stolen hats.
It's crazy down there. It's really fun, so I'm excited to go back there. It's funny, coming from within your own band, when the CD comes out, I'll read the lyrics along with it, and I'm like, oh, I didn't know he was saying that right there, and I'll get chills, you know, because you are.
That's why we have the lyrics in the CD book.
So I can read them
so
and figure
the other
out.
guys can catch up a little bit. The lyrics have always been really important to me, and I was the same way as far as getting this record and reading it and being like, just like putting it wherever I could, writing it all over my school notebooks, you know, my away message on freaking instant messenger as a 16-year-old, and it's always been really important to me, and I know that as long as I'm in bands or, doing vocals for bands, it will always be a very, very, like, domineering characteristic of what I do with the band. When I joined this band, I had, Chris and I were in a joke band together, and it was the only thing I'd ever really done musically. I don't come from a musical family, but I accidentally joined this band. I accidentally tried out to some extent, and they asked me to join because I could scream and yell or whatever, and prior to that, I was already writing lyrics. I was writing short stories and poems.
Poetry, if you will.
Poetry, if you will, in school. I still look at myself as someone that writes words just as much as being a musician, because I don't really consider myself a musician, or not much of one at all.
A fine young gentleman named Corey Holmes?
Corey Holmes.
Corey Holmes did it. He designed the Sopranos logo, and he did the Where the Wild Things Are scratchy logo. He's known for a lot of that. He's really good with typography, and we just essentially wanted something that was simple, that people could see it, know exactly what it means, and simple enough that the people in high school can draw it on their binders. You could spray paint it on a wall if you wanted to. And he came back with a few different, just generic like ideas, some with a circle, some with like some geometric patterns, and we saw one with the triangle that we liked. He just said, give me something to work with, give me something, anything. And so we said, devil pitchfork. So that's what the three-prong things are. That's where they came from, and people love to speculate what it means, but it doesn't really mean anything. It's just, we
have an 8-foot one that we have on tour with us, and some loaders, like, carrying it and go like, 3 upside down crosses, man, sick. And we're like, yeah, that's awesome, isn't it? I usually tell people it's a hand giving the middle finger. It really doesn't mean anything too specifically. It was, again, it was like we had this pitchfork idea and we did 3 lines, and he did a circle with 3 lines through it. And
it looked a little bit too under oath. Oh.
When we first started doing it, I had the idea for like an upside down triangle, but I was worried it was going to be too pizza slice-ish. We, sure enough, just we like the line idea. Let's try it with a triangle, and ta-da! So that's the triangle, as we like to call it.
And a lot of people think that it's a Dead Throne logo, but it is a Devil Wears Prada logo. It's pretty much because we were running into the problem of writing our long, embarrassing band name all over everything. We're like, well, there's got to be a better way than just TDWP. So now it's just this triangle thing. It's pretty much a straightforward, like, hack and slash kind of whack-a-mole style game. Like, the zombies are on the screen, and there's different strength zombies, and there's different difficulty levels. And essentially, the storyline of the game is a prequel to our comic book. The comic book kind of explains, in just a short roundabout way, how we saved the zombie EP and we uploaded it to the internet for all the people of the zombie apocalypse to listen to. That's the storyline of the comic book. And I suppose as you play through the game, as much as cutting up zombies with your finger can tell a story, it's a prequel to that, so.
It's pretty thorough. Like you said, there's the difficulty levels, and then there's all the different weapons, and you know, you can buy things to where you get like more points per kill and things like that. I had the standpoint when we did the game, I never played any of the betas or anything. First time I played it was when I downloaded it from the App Store. I was impressed.
Yeah, it was a cool experience.
With what we did, turns out.
The menus have instrumental versions of the song, so that's kind of cool. That's the first thing I noticed when I plugged it in. And then the songs play throughout each level, so you get to hear the EP for $1 or so, however much the app costs, so that's cool.